because Paul left me. Paul Troy. No hard feelings, by the way. I am going to have a Paul that can't leave me. And so this is Paul.
Hey guys, it's Danny.
Okay, stop. No, my neck is not broken. I think I was the most bullied kid on Vine when that was a thing because of the way I would hold my head. It's because I'm trying to keep my hair doing this instead of this. Beauty is pain, and I suffer. Yikes. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. So, I hope that life has been kinder to you than it has been to me for the past 8-10 years. Not that I would change anything about what happened, because I had to grow, but still, I will just say I hope that these past 10 years have been good for you. I was realizing that I know my story, I know everything that happened, but just kind of coming back online and appearing as such a different person might throw people off because there's a gap between 2015 and 2025. I'm old, Gandalf. So I wanted to just do a quick kind of explainer video / apology for who I used to be and kind of fill in the blanks of everything that happened after Exclamation Point blew up. Basically, let me start by saying I don't think Paul Troy is a bad person. Now, I know he's a good person, regardless of many things. With that being said, That's what I thought. With all of that being said, both of us were not always good people. In fact, we were pretty terrible people. Sorry, Paul Troy. He knows this already. At the peak of Exclamation Point's success, I was becoming addicted to alcohol and drugs, and the drugs that I was using kind of turned on me and put me in a perpetual panic attack of feeling that I was dying all the time, 24/7. And so I wasn't able to post consistently. So like I went from posting 15 Musical.lys, now TikTok, a day to pretty much 0. And I also didn't tell Paul what was happening. He just saw me stop posting. And he was very focused on success, the numbers mason. And so he kind of let me go in that sense. Things only got worse for me from there because now I didn't even have my only friend. So, not saying that that was his fault, but just the situation was what it was. Maybe I should rewind a little bit. The year is 1890. I was addicted to food since I was maybe 10 or 11. And so that's why things kind of were very intense and potent. Where some people with addiction, it happens in their 40s or 50s. Because I kind of, right out of the gate, started. Things kind of came to a head around this point. In 2016, Paul Troy left Exclamation Point And I was still in this panic attack of thinking that I'm dying, but not being able to stop. Things progressively got worse and worse until in 2017 I went to rehab for the first time. Out of rehab, I went to Maine, where I promptly relapsed on drugs, and the certain drugs that I was using were removing my short-term memory, but I was addicted to them, so I couldn't stop using them. And I would rather be there and not have the memory than face reality. Basically, being an addict is you're a coward. Pretty much. You don't want to face your life, and so you want to escape at any cost, regardless of what it does to people around you. So basically, the years from 2018 to 2021, I know they happened because there's proof that I was alive during this time, doing many horrible things, really kind of tearing up the town. In my memory bank, it's just like a void. So it's very strange to see like things that I've done that don't feel like me, but it is me. It was me. This is to basically say I was probably one of the worst people on the planet, maybe. I was manipulative and controlling, and it's really all stemming from this unhappiness in my own skin and this need to escape and this use of drugs. In the rehab, the first rehab, I was convinced that it was social media that was causing all of my problems, which, looking back, was not the truth, but it definitely didn't help at the time. So I had made the decision to just walk away from social media, to stop it pretty much. And I was working as a dishwasher in a seafood restaurant for a while. I was living with 10 Jamaicans. This is shortly before I relapsed, and then poof. So there was this small period of time where I was actually kind of, for the first time in my life, learning how to be a person, how to interact and actually work for a living. But like I said, eventually I relapsed, and then you guys probably know better than me what happened during those years. It kind of all came to a head in 2021 when I landed in the ICU with a BAC of 0.7, where you're supposed to die at 0.3. So more than twice the lethal limit. My family took me back down to Maryland, and I worked at a grocery store for many months. And again, kind of learned how to be a person for the first time, because I had never had a real job until after Exclamation Point. So these kind of real people jobs were really instrumental in helping me to see. It gave me empathy, I think, maybe. I very quickly relapsed on drugs that made me psychotic for a while. So it led to me telling my girlfriend that I was in love with her best friend. Not the kindest thing to say. Obviously, this devastated my girlfriend, and she was in a lot of pain, and she wanted to recoil and hurt me back, which is understandable. And so I kind of found out about her wanting to hurt me, and I confronted her, and this was not a good idea because shouting. I just didn't have the wherewithal to see that I had caused this situation to happen in the first place. I was the one that made this to happen. And then I was like, why are you trying to hurt me? Like, oblivious to what I did to this person. Looking back, it makes me really sad because it clearly made this person feel like she wasn't enough, or wasn't good enough, wasn't beautiful enough, when that was never the case. Basically, it came to a head when the police were called. I went to the psych ward. There was a protective order put against me, and I wasn't retaining memories at the time, so I called my girlfriend from the psych ward, like, hey babe, what's up? Hey. I think I called like 4 times, or so. I violated my protective order. I went to the homeless shelter. I went back to my house in Maryland. So there I was, living my merry little life one day, when the police rolled up in the driveway and they took me straight to jail. But I would like to say how powerful it has been to hear from many people that I actually had a positive impact on their lives. Even while I was being a demon, I still somehow managed to inflect positivity, which really has helped me in forgiving myself for who I used to be. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video as kind of a way to summarize what has happened, explain that I have done terrible things, and that was me, but it's not me now, because change is inevitable. Everyone can be redeemed. And I also wanted to make this video as a way of saying, everyone watching, just because you have hurt people in the past, because you've said hurtful things, done hurtful things, that doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't define who you are. There is always the chance to come back to the light and be kind. And that's who you really are. This is something that I still have not really hammered into my own head, but I will keep hammering. It doesn't matter other people think of you. What matters is you need to forgive yourself. I did not expect this video to go there, but Hakuna Matata. And I know how hard it is to forgive yourself for things that you've done. It's the hardest to forgive yourself. It's very easy to forgive other people, for me at least. But it's very hard to forgive yourself. So I will tell you that I forgive you for anything. You are a good person, and so am I. Maybe. Vsauce here. I really do love you guys, and it really has been your love and support that is still here 10 years later. Very powerful, very real. Real recognize real, I guess. So really, when I didn't have my only friend anymore, it was your love that was my lifeline when I was at twice the lethal dose of alcohol in my blood. It was your love that kept me alive. So the emergency room people had said they had never seen that before. So you guys did a thing. You kept me going. And I will be dedicating the rest of my life to giving that love back, because you deserve it, and you deserve to see how beautiful you are. You deserve to see how good you are. You deserve to see the perfection of your own soul. Many of you are very hard on yourself, so we're gonna work on that. And smash that like button. 4,000 subs, I'll shave my head, and I'll eat the thing of cinnamon, and then I'll what am I gonna do next? I'll drink some helium, and then I'll read some dirty fanfic, and then I'll